We have Stephen Moore joining us. Stephen, where can people find your information? If they want to find you, get a hold of you, where can they find you?
Well, I work with my buddies at Freedom Works, and we have an organization called the Committee to Unleash Prosperity. We put out a free newsletter, by the way, every morning, and people want to get it and be brought up to speed on what's going on with the economy and what's going on with politics. Just go to Committee to Unleash Prosperity website and sign up, and I hope you're getting that, Carl. If you're not, I'm going to send it to you every morning, and it is free. It costs nothing. All you have to do is sign up for it.
All right, I can't lie to you, Steve. I got to sign up for it, so I'm going to make sure that I go home
and
do that.
There's a lot of great material for you every morning, and it's just Committee to Unleash Prosperity hotline. Sign up for it. And Newt Gingrich called me the other day. Said, "Steve, it's the first thing I read every morning. It's great." So I think people will really be well educated if they read that.
All right, I'll do it. I won't slack anymore. I promise. Good. All right, we were talking about cryptocurrency before we left to the break. So if you could finish up there.
Just look, cryptocurrencies, they are a alternative currency to owning, dollars or owning, other government-run currencies. They provide a competition, and I think that's a good thing because when we've got our federal government right now, Carl, borrowing tens of trillions of dollars. I mean, our national debt's up to $30 trillion, it's gone to $50 trillion. It's a way of saying, hey, I don't believe these guys are ever going to pay this debt back. I'm going to get into it. So cryptos have become almost the new gold. You know, it used to be you bought gold if you wanted to get out of the currency. Now people are buying cryptocurrencies.
And a lot of this stuff, a lot of the people investing in crypto, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, are younger people that seem to be pretty well informed about the economy, about money, and all of this spending that's occurring. Not only are they going to make it hard for those people, but literally, I like to talk about how this is going to impact the everyday man. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't understand basic economics, Stephen. And so a lot of poor people are going to be hurt by this bill because inflation is going to be a killer.
So this is the heart of the matter. So this is a horrific bill, folks, and it spends well over $1 trillion. And here's the thing: we already spent $1.9 trillion earlier this year, right, on that blue state bailout bill, and then they got the $3.5 trillion. They're talking about $6.5 trillion of spending over the next decade. $6.5 trillion. That is more money, Carl. I know people's eyes glaze over when you talk about billions and millions and trillions of dollars. That's the amount of money Joe Biden wants to borrow is more money than the United States government borrowed, adjusted for inflation. The finance of the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the World War I, the interstate highway system, World War II, and the Cold War. I mean, come on, this is insanity. It's like mad cow disease in Washington. These people, and why isn't 19 Republicans voted to bust our budget?
Yeah, you know what? I totally don't get that, except I have a theory on that. As this is kind of Washington, the Washington establishment's way of saying we're moving on for Trump. We're trying to show you that we can do business without Trump. That's just my working. That's my working theory. That's what I suspect. One of the ways they're going about it, besides the pork they're taking home. You're absolutely right about that. Something else I want you to address: a pilot program to create a vehicles miles traveled system for taxing drivers based on their annual vehicle mileage. This is insane. It's basically like we just voted for the Green New Deal, Republicans included.
This bill is a Green New Deal. That's the thing. That's why I think we should, shame on you and shame on me for even calling this an infrastructure bill. It is not an infrastructure bill. I mean, right now, I guarantee you, AOC is dancing a little jig. So is Bernie Sanders. They can't believe their good fortune. I mean, they're uncorking the champagne in the White House. They're like, oh, my God, we pulled a fast one on these Republicans. This is the Green New Deal. It's subsidies for electric vehicles, electric vehicle charging stations, for wind power, solar power, mass transit, Amtrak. By the way, Biden today in his press conference said this is going to create, millions of new union jobs. It's like, well, what's so great about union jobs? What about, 95% of us don't work for a union, Joe Biden? What about our jobs? how we're going to have to pay more and more taxes to pay for these so-called government-created jobs. If government-created jobs and made people rich, then Russia and Zimbabwe would be the richest countries in the world today.
You know what? Another thing I'm reading here is that the bill grants select cabinet secretaries with the authority to fully fund select infrastructure projects or Green New Deal projects with taxpayer dollars by waiving cost-sharing rules. Will you explain that one?
Meanwhile, Carl, the infrastructure we really desperately do need in this country, pipelines, so we can get our oil and gas to the markets, so we can continue to be the world's economically and energy dominant country in the world. So Biden won't fund.
We got 1 minute, Steve.
Bill, and it doesn't even cost any money. He won't fund the XL pipeline and even authorize it, but he does authorize a pipeline from Siberia, Russia, to Germany. I mean, come on.
And they say Trump colluded with Russia. This makes no sense. This is driving me insane.
It doesn't make
absolutely
any sense.
unbelievable.
Why are we've already spent $150 billion over the last 25 or 30 years on wind and solar power. They keep saying, it's the energy of the future. If it's the energy of the future, why does it need billions and billions and billions of dollars? No
kidding. Constant subsidies. So that's basically it. Unfortunately, guys, you've just heard it from Stephen Moore. We've the Republicans have helped contribute to grease the skids for the Green New Deal. This is basically what we're seeing right now. Stephen Moore, thank you so much for joining us on the Larry Elder Show. Look forward to talking to you again.
Thanks so much, Carl. Take care. Have a great weekend.
You too. God bless. All right. For any of you that want to call in, you can call into the ReliefFactor.com studio. Just call in to 888-971-7243. What's the real deal with Andrew Cuomo? We'll talk about it next.